Um, yes.
You might be 30 seconds early because there's my wife.
Oh.
She's also about 30 seconds late.
She's right. Well, all I'm going to do is start a little prayer and then I'll go over the last. We'll review that. Should we prayer? Okay. Lord, be with you. Let us pray. Gracious one, God, we invite you to be in this space today as we discern what to do with resources that you have given us to steward over. We seek always to do the thing that increases good in the world, that does the work of your means, and seeks to make the gospel and make our relationship as a congregation. So we ask you to help our conversation, help our minds, and help us to do it right. Pray all these things in Jesus. Amen. Amen. Okay. That's where everybody comes to the okay, that's fine. That's good. So we're here to talk today about the former property, which is the little house, which is up here, is owned by our church. And to give you some history of the property and how we came to own that, is that all of this property consists of except the house and the small lot that sits inside, was acquired by the church back in the 1960s. And the church was moved from down the walkway. The people that lived in the house, owned the house, about 100 years ago, and they put it up for sale. And there's interest in the church. Some people might be able to, fill in some of the blanks, but there was interest in the church and acquiring the property, so we did. The loans we gave to the church from church members were paid back, and we became the owners of the house. For the math, I think, has anybody nodded that understand that it's no bureaucracy? Okay. So, since we owned the house, we used it as housing for people who have some association with the church. We were record and his family lived here, right through 20 years ago. They were there, they moved on. For a couple of years, we rented a house that we passed through, and we lived partner there, we passed about Central Church up in Portland. And then our church secretary, Stephanie Hollington, rented the property through the time that she was there. She moved out around like August or September last year. So since then, we haven't rented out the house because we're trying to figure out, the church house talking about this a lot, we're trying to figure out how this house serves our mission and how we deal with some of the issues associated with owning a residential property. So, I put together this picture for you to read over. Just some of the highlights of the house is that it suffers from a lack of just sort of routine maintenance. And if you go up the house and kind of walk through it, you'll see that it's actually a versatile house. You could live there, somebody could live there. But it does need things like painting, window upgrading. There's a place, there's a little deck that you see on the back, which is locked off, sort of. If you run the garage with a big block exit, kind of a safety feature. I think we've got it on one of those things that makes it nervous. So, and what it is, with maintenance and management of it, there's no volunteer group or no one person that actually is allowed to heat cleaning, heat painting, and then things like windows and such need some repair. Right now, we're spending about, the house that's empty, we're spending about $600-700 a month on the house. That includes our taxes and the prorated share of insurance, utilities that we pay for the upkeep of the building. So it's not, it's a crushing kind of national commitment. But at the same time, you have $600-700 a month a year. You get out a fair amount coming out of our budget. We do keep kind of a little bit. We use back buddies. Actually, also both of our battery numbers. Back up the so it's we do keep it so that they can use it. The basic part of it is used for backup, like mass storage. Go down there, look around. You'll use it there. If you use the church and the pool sections that you can walk through there, those are stored down there. And those are actually good to use. They're not, it's not trash. It's something that has a lot of value. They also, if you were to decide that it's just flat, you don't need to use it anymore, you might have to sell them somewhere, or something like that. Use. So we talked about rental options. If you went to Zillow.com and looked at your house, they'll give you an estimate on what your house is worth. They also give you an estimated value of what you rent your house for. In this case, I looked at it last week, it was $2,114. Seems like a lot. There are some living units in there. There's upstairs and downstairs, and if it was all fixed up, we might be able to get say $3,000 a month. Problem being that it's not all fixed up. It takes a lot of work to make that serviceable to somebody that lives there. And then there's the issue of, you don't just rent out a house, have somebody move in, and you're done. You still got all the maintenance issues and the upkeep that goes along with that, like in the ground. So, and right now, there's really nobody in the church that's really able or willing to do that. And it's just one of the big concepts that we got. So we have looked at a couple of alternatives. We got all the Lutheran Community Services. They're an organization that helps refugees and immigrant people who are coming into the country and helps them to establish housing, jobs, and educational opportunities, and that kind of thing for their families. I think it's a great organization. We talked to them a couple of times about setting up housing there for some of their clients, the way they work, that they would have a family that's here from some other place, and say have a Spanish member, or Latin America. They would move them in and pay the first 3 months rent, and then it's up to them to move on from there. There's a lot of families, they could choose to continue to rent the house, or they could move to another place. Their representative, Jessica, I talked to, said that most people actually move to another place that initial period that they put them on. We went back to them and talked about the idea of rental of both places. Upstairs, downstairs. They actually told us that they could put families in there this week if space is actually available. Now the problem, of course, is particularly downstairs, it takes a significant amount of work to fix that place up and make it happen. Right there. So the long and short of it is, after a couple of conversations with Lutheran Community Services, they just felt like rent is high for their clients. We in turn don't have anybody who manages property or management company or volunteer the church. And so the conversation sort of ended there. We really don't pursue that any further. The other alternative we looked at is there's if you drive down Lake Road by North Blackstone Farms, north of the church down there, that rents out some of their space for a Waldorf school. It's called the Michael School. And they are using their lease out north by the church, so they have more additional access. They approached us to see if we would be able to accommodate them in the church building. And because of the preschool already being there, and most of our space in the building, details don't know. But they did take a look at the house up there, and they were somewhat interested in that. We have talked over with them, when we talked over with ourselves and church council, we felt like some of the maintenance issues and things like that would then make it suitable for preschool use. We're probably just not suitable for that kind of thing. They have found some space in another church over here by like 82nd and it's the same one. So they would be looking at it for preschool or for kindergarten. Again, we started ending up at the end on that one. And I don't know if there's one out there. That was like, again, probably there's a lot of work with this place stuff for them to use that. And we still have, all the traffic and the rural resources to be able to there. Somebody some people before about the idea of that school daycare. Again, that suffers from the same issues. So we have gone ahead. Any questions about the rental options? I'm going to finish up there.
Yes. Use of the downstairs and rent out commercial value the upstairs.
Yes. That's what we're doing. That's is in there. That's where we're the upstairs, the downstairs, storage and back.
Part of the problem is we've not been receiving commercial rates on the rental value through the years. So we haven't moved it because of the way it's been set up. So I think we lost money there. Another thing, do we have some use as a church use the upstairs? If so, I think we can use it. If the property off the tax roll as a part of the church, might have to do some putting picnic tables in the lawn, so we can call that county area, get it through with the completely tax-free property. And that's probably the biggest expense that we had. But we deferred maintenance, and that's a real problem. And I think that's maybe because we rented it out at lower rates and not done that. And after we talked with the commercial rental company to act as rental agent for the property and follow up on maintenance that's required and pay out of the rental.
We have not done that. We have not talked to commercial rental.
The property manager.
That's one of the areas. But we haven't taken that's we just haven't identified anybody that we think would be able to hire to do that.
So I would like to speak to the business of the commercial property today and rentals. Couple things. Under a little rental like that, cash flow is negative, most likely. Because of maintenance, we do not have the personnel to run it as a rental property without paying maintenance company. Okay. We have big ticket items I live in a 60-year-old house near constantly upgrading that house. That house is not constantly upgraded. I'm a little concerned with liability because I don't really want to deal with the things that could be wrong with the house. The other thing is that goes with commercial rental. Everything's taxable. You don't get the property tax break, and you're going to pay tax on the income if there is any. And you have to begin filing the monthly business income tax because it's not related to a charitable purpose. So, for me personally, I own rentals and dealt with them. I don't see it as a viable, like, and the other reason you own rentals is capital appreciation. So like rental, generally from a tax standpoint, as an investor and as a tax person, you buy a rental property because you want kids to inherit it and you want it to go up in value. And I don't think that that's really what we're in the business of doing. And I think based on how much work has been done on it, that appreciation is not going to be there. So we're going to spend money to try to like, it's not like it's a nice house where you go. It's by no means, if I went in there and this we're going to actually live in the house, kitchen needs updating, there's things kind of that I would say off the top of my head, $100,000 worth of work to be done to bring it up to like more yeah, you might be able to rent it, you don't have to get top market rental if you can rent it always with fences and it's not going to cost tax. So that's my personal from I own the rentals and I'm taxes standpoint. I don't see that as very economic or looking around us. For me personally, I don't want to spend my energy in the last years of my life working on a rental property for church. I don't know if maybe there's people in here that think that's like super fun, wants to spend their time doing it, but me personally, not so much. Like we're trying to, what my vision for the church is to try to, let's try to get to the things we like to do and do well versus holding on to some of these extra things that we don't do as well, take a lot of time, and I don't think serve our mission for, what Jesus did. Where do I want our energies as, as a body of Christ, where do I see our energies? That's
Joe, you mentioned the church you use it. Did you have something specific in mind that the church you use it for?
No, I was wondering if the church, the council itself, can consider possible use. And actually, is it, if they can use it, do we have space over here for them?
Yeah, we would have to go upstairs into this way. We've been opening up some space up there. We've got one of the offices rented out to Love One. There's another big space right into the Peacemaker, not that part of the church, for their materials and such. And then we've got the food pantry down here. So we do have some space. We do have some space up there. Yeah.
Well, I guess I'd like to speak to that. Or maybe you can add to that a little bit. I don't know how you feel about up and down stairs, packing 40 pounds of containers that these are older women mostly that are packing the food. Upstairs isn't going to work. I don't know if there's anybody here that's part of that or not, but we tried that once. They used to be upstairs, and it was miserable. So I would just.
If the downstairs over there, aren't they going up and downstairs?
No, they open out the door. There's 3 steps instead of whatever.
I need to park, I need to park.
Yeah.
So my comment to that, the person who loves you again, my comment would be have that repurpose, maybe you can move this office upstairs and take that office space and then do that space. I think given the square footage, that should be able to provide out space within, either build a closet or build out the fireroom, give them that space that has access to the door, or we build out, I think we can carve out some space within the time level. I do not want to
it's feasible to get upstairs. They were in Westland's office.
Did that work?
No, it's just not. I do not use ground.
But it's
My purpose is to see out.
I'm just saying, and I don't want to say, in this office. So.
Nobody comes to visit me in the office. When I want to be there for people. So I don't need it.
And I think we need to rethink how best we do it. We can't stick with what the state is always using.
Are we talking the office adjacent to the street, or are we talking one across?
No.
Adjacent.
Okay.
That's,
Yeah, it seems large.
I'm not thinking that's, we need to think outside the box.
that's.
I was just gonna say that, I'm sure that this is a solution that can be found.
Yeah.
The issue that we're talking about. So I'm sure that we find a space for that, it is a church.
Yeah, the point is you need to do it consciously. And
Yeah, okay, I want to address, what we're using for now is great. It's basically a storage area and extra space for two uses. The spoken to that price, the rationale for using it, and implications itself. The point being is, we'll never be able to replace those things. The point that happened there was, you have pews, broken legs, broken hands, and there's discussion about maybe relocating different kinds of space between pews. If you want to find out that, if we like, please go to the first 5 pews on the right side. They are increased space. We did that 10 years ago. So if we do decide to sell the current lot, that's great. One implication of that is we need to address the pews. It has to be done while we have the ability to store there, bring parts in, refurbish, and then dispose or sell the extra pews. So as part and parcel of whatever is done with that property, there are implications. Talk about what would that happens. Very important. The fuse is not important, but it's there. It is the fact. You're 5, 6, 7 pieces are all broken down. So in the lot, you can use right off the top. There are several right now in other stores. No, you take those out upstairs, whoever's below. They're not big.
I would consider storage units, it ought to be less than $700 a month.
Yeah.
that's not.
We need the pews, I mean, but we especially grow up with that amount that we're gonna need those pews. You know, we can, don't need all the pews right now, maximum capacity for 5 people.
Well, if you look at congregational needs, you are correct. But if you look at the times when it was actually towards the needs. So if you take that, you're and our programs, we're basically going to fill that area totally. In terms of the need, the only reason we need to use are there's 2 factors. And one is just ask to replace the parts. That's it. So that's not a big deal, but it's there. If you can't get rid of them and then expect to be able to replenish those pieces, that's nuts. It doesn't work well. It's a good idea to do it at the same time. If you need to, one place for them, let's address the news. Not that big of a deal, so let's do it. There at one time there was discussion of just removing all the pews and putting in some type of a removable seating situation. Well, the only problem with that is you're taking a perfectly good usable item, and now you're adding a cost of probably $10,000 or $15,000 because seating back into the place that we have. I would rather repurpose the pews they get all broken, put the weeds in. Then when we have all the ones we need, then we can talk about contacting and putting lights with our people there. Because it's all of them. Definitely has value.
Yeah, what I agree with it. I think definitely value. I think we want to go with. I think it's a similar issue where if we need to find storage for those tubes because they're valuable to the public sector to do with it. I don't think the question of that's not used. We can find I think that's
No, I just have to say, I want to finish this paper. I want to make one comment. When I became president of this church council last summer, and I was reluctant to do that because I know what was going to happen. I have to wake up at 5:30 in the morning every day thinking about this whole decision to be driven by 5 views. Yeah, exactly.
I think that the backpack buddies think can be solved, I think you think can be solved. Those are the two ways we're using that facility right now. And there doesn't seem to be a viable plan other than selling to have it in our possession. And if you look at the big picture of the size of this church, the amount of money we bring in, $6,000-7,000 a year in expenses, just to have that property, and the way we are reducing the amount of income we have towards keeping this facility, it makes sense to give some of the excess baggage, and I consider that corner property excess baggage costs as well as the manpower. If you look here, how many people under 60 years old here? Okay, and I look at how many people are, I mean, people are involved in things that happen in this room to a great extent, other than the church, as far as knitting or the other things happening here. But how many actually do the maintenance? I see Andy, I see Mike. There's very few here who have the strength, the time to get things done. And that is getting done very. And they can probably say, oh, this. And aren't getting done in this facility, much less the farming. I don't do much, I mow the lawn a little bit, but I know that 40% of the work is on that property. We could do a whole lot better job on this property if we didn't have to spend time on that property. We could concentrate. We initially bought that church, that property. Because I remember, I'm old, I get a lot of things. We bought it because we could see the church cross, and they had so much built up arborage around that house that they said it's going to increase the viability of people seeing our church coming through. Well, we did that, and we spent a heck of a lot of time getting that property down to the ground around it so that you can see it. Now, again, you see the edge of the corner, that needs to be done, the other edges need to be done, and they gradually get almost done, but never catch up every year. And I'd rather have the people like play in the gardens, come out, play in the gardens around here, than to build it, and spend the time over there. So I am over right now to give the church the money, money to get out of that house. Probably if you sold it, roughly, get more. We make a couple $100,000, maybe. All said and done. Maybe we make 300. Maybe we make 350. But the idea is add them to our pot to help us make it through the next couple of years. We had a significant number of people contribute at the very end of this year for a number of not normal reasons. And that makes us look good this coming year. But how many of those things do you think happen in the coming years? I'm not sure that we always have fundraisers and all that. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, that's a private, it's a nonprofit, private school. They've got actually two Waldorf schools right here nearby, one right downtown and one right here. So, yeah, as Linda mentioned, there's only one bathroom in the house that they would be able to use, and we felt like that was something we could have. Jill?
I just wanted to, echo one piece of what Jerry is saying. This isn't to say, sell it right now as, residential property. That's not my point. My point, however, is that what I do see is that, he is accurate in our inability to do maintenance and operate things from a concrete standpoint. And I think that is also true with regard to our building property in terms of, so we're short-handed, so to speak, in both aspects. The school in question was seeking to do the AI application, and we weren't able to, we wanted to utilize the space of our proper emergency extension, more effective ways than being a storage house, right? And that we had to turn that down because of utilities, et cetera. We aren't able to maintain either of our properties under our safety. And I don't think that it is purely a money situation. Insofar as saying, let's, if we sold this property in the corner property and we had cash flow, does this property get more cash? I don't think that's true, because I don't think the cash situation. So I think we are short-handed. I'm just going to use that as a word, and that's what goes across both properties. And the limitations of dealing with that property, extended limitations we have in dealing with this needs of this property as well. And I want to just echo the sentiments of that human capital restrictions we exist in. So.
Paul?
Well, I spoke with Barbara Johnson and Renee, our preschool director, about what's involved in any view of that. Just so you understand, we're not just shorthanded, we're absolutely unable to do a ministry of that building that would involve something like what they brought up. They both brought up what this community, all of the parents that come together, saying that this community is lacking, specifically, is a child daycare that people can't afford. And those are two things that are not in concept of each other. It would take at least 4 paid adults in the building to run a small preschool that would necessarily have a high cost. Traditionally, congregations have had some ministries just to people lower income, and that's the greatest demand on need here is people who need to have child care. I hate that. It's a huge cost, and the minimum of paying for adults adequately, you can get cheaper adults if you don't bring them up to a state standard that the state will then subsidize families to use. We have the same problem here. We're actually, Renee is running a wonderful preschool with wonderful teachers who do not have certification and therefore cheap and to keep the cost of the preschool down. That's a ministry. It's a ministry I believe in. I believe the same ministry of the church. It just is not economic at all for us to get to that point. And that's without putting 50 or $100,000 into the property. I guess I'm just making it the last clear. Our preschool people take care of their part of this church so well that we don't have to think about that as maintenance. They do it out of the goodness of their hearts. They are just fantastic people. And, and, and they're smiling every day in church. Okay? So I don't foresee there being anything that we can do in that box there in the upper left that I can say, boy, I really want to give to that. Like Jay said, what do I really want to give to? Right? And I would really like to give to something that could reduce the price. We have a huge number of single moms around here who can barely get to work because of their childcare needs. And if that could be that, I would be more doing that. But that wouldn't work economically.
Okay.
So just so we have a picture, a realistic picture.
Okay.
And you want to present that on the sale option real quick.
Yeah, let me run through that. So we have contacted the realtor, Claudia's a local realtor, a lot of business around here. She went through the house and did a market analysis for us, looking at comparable properties around there. She recommended that if we were to sell it, we put it up for sale for $499,900. Now, I went and looked at Zillow again. Not sure why I looked at this. Anyway, they think that's a good sale like $549. It's much higher than Claudia's estimate. But when I sat down and talked about the fixed costs and just your computer, for example, just to move a computer around, because it takes some work. And it's not as if you can just say, geez, we gotta do something on the computer, and all of a sudden the computer goes somewhere. Well, there's a lot of things like that that need to be done. Maybe for some house, we've got a fuse box that needs to be upgraded, and some of these just maintenance issues to make a house look nice. That's a little bit yesterday afternoon. Just looking at actual cities, my wires, a lot of wood sits in there. And sometimes I have to do all that. But my best guess is that we might add $400,000 maybe to a number of $350,000, who knows. That would, that's what we're having to fix up the house market. So, those are the kind of numbers that we should be thinking about if we do put our house for sale. The other thing to think about would be to try to find a nonprofit organization that would be interested in acquiring the property and then using it for some affordable housing or for some sort of nonprofit use. That would be good. We haven't gone down like that. It seems to me that's a lot harder than it appears to be. Just identify what is a nonprofit. That actually that takes some work and some something going out and figuring out. So that's where we are with the sale. We have some numbers out there that we can kind of think about, but we really haven't done anything more than that. Probably simple alternative would be to simply just let the market be for the realtors. That's all over where we are with that.
There's two things that I was thinking about. One, I believe that's the answer to the first one. We had an easement, right?
Oh, yeah, here I go.
So you don't have to worry about the sign and everything. That's part of the church's property. There's a use, our property is actually shit, but it's only 8 feet. And believe me, I don't want more. It is someone's responsibility to get the line changed for the
So this is an issue that we probably have to address in some property. Because both of the driveways that access 3808 follows the church property. So we would have to basically issue, an easement to the south side, in order so that they can take their car off the property. So what happens is when they did Lake Road, that house used to access straight up Lake Road, and when they did Lake Road, they straight up, and so now they changed the driveway up the Boston. Thanks, City.
And I think the other thing I was thinking about is that we're notorious for not wanting change. And, and is there a way to have a conversation about the fact that the house, when you bought the house to have something happen, and now that's completed, and is it okay to let go of that? Because I think that's some of the problem we have, people, it's hard, you know, and there's some fear. You sell the house, who's gonna buy it? What kind of neighbors are they gonna be, and what kind of neighbors do we in turn need to be to them? And so I think that's, if we get to that part, I think that's part of the conversation that needs to happen.
Yeah, thank you. Let me just give, I'm just gonna give about 5 minutes of spiritual discernment here as part of this. Because we've been mainly talking about economics, which is more important, right? And kind of things to think about there as well too, which you're all smart, you're probably about this too. We sell the house to get one-time cash infusion. So that money goes to the lot and then we do something with it. It will run out eventually if we can take up operating costs, right? If we hang on to it, rent it, we might be able to make enough money to overcome maintenance costs and et cetera. And it might be money that would long-term drop our operating costs. So, I mean, however you want to think about that. But, you know, the big thing that we're discovering and looking at the economics of it is, in order to get it to more value, it will require significant investment. And even after that cash investment is recouped, we're still maybe not making a lot of money, especially if we're using a property manager to do the ongoing maintenance factors into it. The one thing that we have to talk about, I think, from my perspective, really big important to think about is what do we want to do, right? So what's the mission of this congregation? And that has been really kind of guiding light for all conversations that we've had in the council for the past year. Is everything that we do, not only is it not just the stuff that we feel like we should be doing, but is it the stuff that we're being called to do? And frankly, the people that are taking care of their property over there and doing it because they feel like they should be doing it, nobody even wants to be doing it. And so, like, yeah, I would love a good bit of daycare there. That would be amazing. We wouldn't be doing that. Correct. Right? That would not, I mean, it could be a mission of congregation of support, but somebody else would be doing it. Which is a totally reasonable thing. We already, show that we love this education. Fantastic preschool, where teachers are paid enough, but families, may be able to put their kids in quality school, at a reasonable cost and value. I would love to be able to support that preschool more so that they pay the teachers more. But if we were to do something over there, again, we run into a lot of the same stuff. I would just encourage, as we have discerned, yes, let's think about it financially. That's a really important part of stewardship. Let's also think about it in terms of what do we want to be doing? What is this community passionate about? We're passionate about that. We've been doing that, for a long time now. And I think we're going to continue to do it as long as we're working. So let's make sure that we support that ministry. And we're passionate about work. We've got people that are Brendan and Paul and Mike. We've got a great thing that's going over there. We could definitely put more energy into that relationship as well too, right? Yes, the blessing pot is a. So these are examples of the mission of this congregation. And so one of the questions that people that we should ask with regards to the corner property is, how does that fit into the mission? We've talked about ways that we could potentially fit into the mission, right? If we could make a thing working with LCS, that would have been great. We support a refugee family
same issue, finances, and they couldn't guarantee to us, that we'd essentially be able to get enough money every year to be able to pay for our costs. Okay, that's my 5 minute, my 5 minute. Just think about, aside from the money aspect, think about what do we want to be doing? What do we want to be doing? This congregation still has a lot of vitality in it, right? We've proven that time and time again. We're one of the few congregations that came out of COVID running on their feet and are trending upwards, not in a deep dive downwards. So think about what you want to be doing for the next 5 years, right? What are the things you enjoy doing? Because one of the one of the things that I witnessed as we started to corner our community is that nobody really wanted to do anything with it, right? I mean, we rented it under market value for a number of years, but it was the same thing. We wanted to run it at market value. We need to do cash infusions. We would need to do maintenance. We kept it in good enough shape that we've been able to provide housing for people who are down in our luck. I think that was a pretty good use of our money. And also the reason that we weren't running it at market value all the time is because those folks also provided in-kind services, food security, and lockup, which Amanda and Christian certainly did stable over here. So it wasn't entirely handing money out, but it kind of goes to show that we've had the building since 2006, right? Brian lived in it for a number of years as part of his compensation package. We haven't really wanted to do much with it, right? We haven't wanted. Nobody stepped up and said, "I'm going to take charge of getting this to market value, renting it out, and getting leases together." And I've had a problem. I don't include it. I hate doing that stuff, right? I can barely handle my own administrative work.
I think it was common because I think that was the angel congregation has never really been progressive, but we had this one because Brian was in the building, and that took the bottom of what we are. We've been in that same situation ever since.
Yeah.
We've never really had a group of people tackle that problem, that side with the purpose, the size, having someone there. But when we have that person there, they're not going to quality and handle. So I think you're right. That does occur because, again, this is the opportunity where we do at this point, it takes the future of the future. It has never happened. We've never had who sat down and said, since day one on that place, this is what we're going to do. It's inevitable.
Yeah, and we've talked about, so last year at our semi-annual meeting, one of the things that we talked about is thinking about the sustainability of the congregation in terms of money, but also ministry, right? One of the things that I've been realizing is we've always done more, we've always done too much. We've always had too many things going on. And that's not a bad thing, right? Because we've had a lot of people also doing things on their own. We're at a point now where, I don't know what our financial picture looks like. It's really hard to put together a good financial picture with the way that giving works now. We are coming back from COVID. We're still about 20% under COVID. We went in with, right? My hope is that upward trend continues. But one of the things that it is, we don't have enough people here to justify the size of this building, right? This building was built in 600. We don't have that anymore. Much less have enough people here to justify that building, right? And again, it's not that we need to start cutting off pieces, but let's start thinking about what we want to do and what do we need to do what we want to do. That's really
I want to ask, given that you have like 9 minutes to spiritually discern, is
Well, we do.
to add to your
What we need to walk away from this meeting with isn't necessarily a specific decision, but we need to walk away with guidance from this conversation, right? So if you decide that you're all ready, let's put the house up for sale, we can do that by vote, but we should probably actually do an actual,
congregational announcement for an official vote. We can't just have that vote today. This is an information meeting, not a congregation.
Well, hold on. Let me, I'll, one second.
So, council needs your guidance. Do we do that process? Do we put out an announcement 2 weeks from now, we're going to have a congregational vote on what to do at the corner property? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, we've got a vote made. Hold on, we'll come back to it. And there are other options there, and I don't mean to, ruin the momentum. You could say to us, we want more information, right? That could also go hand in hand with, we set a date for a meeting when we get there. Because, again, you asked questions about, have we explored long-term rental options at market value? We have not. We've given you reasons why we haven't done that, but if you as a congregation want us to do that, you need to tell us to do that, because that takes time and effort and energy as well, too. So we've got a motion on the floor. We technically didn't call a meeting to order.
We can't, this is a Sunday school.
This is a Sunday school class. So we've got 8 minutes. We've got 8 minutes. Give us some feedback.
Susan?
It's costing us $700 a month.
It's costing us
How
$700.
long can we deliberate over this?
Yeah, and that's why we're here now. That's why we're here now. We have to bring up the code.
We have a bunch of legal things like easements that we have to take care of, and the listing agreement has been done.
Okay.
Right, there are,
Couple of things real quick. We have $10,000 in maintenance fund right now for the corner property. We need to take care of the electrical panel, the federal subsidy, and whether we keep it or sell it, we need to have. Yeah. Two, we don't have any reserves on this whatsoever. This road, we've already had Paul's banging his head up there several times. I did the job. Potentially, what would you say, Andrew? Within the next 5 years on that road? Yeah. That's probably 50 grand. Okay. We have no reserves on our books to take care of any issue. We have many lakes on top of the covers of the pipeline around the facility. We have some big things. This parking lot, Jay keeps plugging holes out here every summer. So, we have no reserves to take care of major things that are going to come up over the next 5 to 10 years. There's a lighting, company bulbs out. We need to put LED lighting up there. That's a fairly minor cost, but a huge labor. So, anyway.
Yeah.
So, for me, like, I work in accounting, so I think numbers all the time, but it's really interesting to hear that, I mean, I know how much a lot of people put in and volunteer work on their property, and it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And to not even have that time and effort to spend it on this property alone. So, I mean, just in a pure sunk cost, like you're saying, Matt, you're easily somewhere $8,000 to $9,000 a year, just maintaining that property as is, not even doing anything with it. So you're looking at getting it up to some value to maybe get people for rental or anything else, you're $50,000 to $100,000. That's the part that's scary to me, because it's not like we have $50,000 or $100,000 to put into this property, and then that just maybe makes that usable, and we hope that we break even. Unfortunately, the market's appreciated a little bit in the last 16, 17 years, so the church is in a fairly good position. You see how much they paid for it, but the part that scares me is that other stuff that Mike's talking about here. What if the roof lines out here still goes 5 years, and you have $100,000 roof after it replace? We don't have $100,000. Every year we're barely breaking even to keep the church afloat without having to take a loan out, or just simple things like repaving that parking lot, those kinds of things. That's the part that's scary to me is, I hope that this is a long-term church for my kids to grow up, but if we can barely get by year, kind of just hanging on to something that for 16 or 17 years, it has been a really great way for a lot of people to use this. Even just to stay vacant for
It's just different things we need to do. So we've never really set up.
Good, Jay.
Okay, the one thing is, we do all these contingency, okay, we'll have another meeting, we'll have another meeting. Let's decide, let's actually say, let's put this in front of the congregation, say, we're voting on it next week, show up if you want to vote.
We have to give
And
2
we
weeks
come up
notice.
with a process, getting the necessary minimal stuff done, and we want to go a little bit deeper. We decide to sell it, to get it done. And the trouble is, we want to talk about it, we want to talk about it, we want to talk about it. And it just goes deeper and deeper into the rabbit hole.
Okay,
2 weeks notice.
we have to.
How many people here, Matt's had it on the list for the last 2 to 3 weeks. How many people actually went into the house in the last 2 to 3 weeks? Okay, 1, 2, 3. You don't count.
All right.
Get a real feel for it if you want to.
Jay brings up a good point. Let's talk about process for just a second. So, under our constitution, we do have to have a special meeting of the congregation, and that takes, a notice. I rewrote the constitution this last year. That doesn't mean I have it memorized. So I have to go back and take a look at what process is for a special meeting, and we'll have a vote addressing just this issue. I think probably what we'd like to do is have a special meeting of the church council and come up with a resolution to present to the congregation. So that's kind of how we approach that.
1 week and then the next week we do it?
Well, it takes a little more, it takes,
Not 6 months,
no, it doesn't take 6 months, but it does take some time to put up the notice.
I would like to just add that it is not definitive that the house must be sold as residential property. And that is another exploration activity. But I think, and I will call, I have on notes, I will call Habitat for Humanity and see if I will try to make some phone calls to see if there's some way we can sell it and have it go to a good cost. But that, I'm not holding out hope, but I am more for sale, and I'm just finding out if there's any way we could get someone to break, where we would feel good. But we'll see.
Well, anybody else that's got a good idea about, a nonprofit or charitable organization that would be
But we need to do it
interested
soon.
in,
But we can't talk about this for 6 months. We
Right.
cannot.
Real quick, and then, yeah, okay, Andy, and then. It is zoned, residential R something. So this whole block is, they changed the terminology a couple years ago. This whole block is zoned residential. Max occupancy is, you can do up to a fourplex or a fourplex now or whatever, yeah. Yeah, the church actually exists by virtue of a zoning exception. Every church is a special zoning, blah, 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 right? Which is why we can put bigger signs on it. That property is solidly residential, the same as every other thing in the neighborhood. What Jill is referring to is that the city is doing some work right now to explore zoning overlays, basically to give exemptions to existing businesses and or other entities that are kind of pushing the boundaries of the zoning rules. Case in point is Milwaukie Floral, who has exceeded the zoning regulations. And so they're trying to come up with ways to do that without doing a big land use hearing process. That's ongoing. It won't be done this spring, to make long. But what Jill is bringing to light is that there is a possibility that this entire strip could be rezoned, but we don't know what that might look like. Susan.
Yeah, I was just wondering if these were kind of topics that.
Yeah.
But on number one, do we know exactly, I think the congregation needs to know exactly what is going to be needed to bring it up to code.
Yeah, and what I was doing is I'm just listing the steps that we need to go through if we're going to move forward on this. So yeah, we know that there are specific things. We should probably have somebody, a building inspector. I don't know how.
We just need to get an electrician,
Okay.
a couple electricians to give us a quote.
Okay.
Get it on.
Okay. This needs to happen no matter what. So council is going to put this in motion. Okay. Explore selling options. it sounds like Beth is gonna reach out to.
Oh, please reach out to I'll see what I thought
If-
of Habitat for Humanity. If anybody thinks of another charity, shoot me an email with the name. I'll call them.
Northwest Housing Alternatives. I mean, okay, well, we're gonna put a meeting on the schedule, okay? That's gonna happen too. In that intervening time, if there's any ideas or any, will from the congregation that like, we would rather sell to a nonprofit, you need to tell us that, because again, we can't wait around forever, but if that's important to us, that can be a thing, right? We can put more energy into that. That's gonna put some energy into it. We need to set a meeting date, it sounds like. That's what I'm hearing.
So what I would recommend is that we hold the meeting to sell the house. Then when we get to a point where it's up for sale and we have to choose buyers, we can either have another meeting.
Yep.
But I don't want to hold it that we're waiting for a not-for-profit. We get the thing ready for sale. Get the thing ready for sale, get it up, and then see what. And my other comment, and I'm just putting this in the thing, is y'all need to be thinking about, do we want to give a price reduction if we find somebody who's connected or indigent, but just be thinking of not top dollar for the house. Do you want it to be part of the ministry, or do you want to get top dollar for the house? You got to have that.
And no browbeating either way, right?
Right,
This
exactly.
is what, yeah.
Well, I guess the only thing that I was getting at is, if we're gonna sell it to a developer, for
Yep.
example,
That's not.
we are not getting the house ready for sale, because
Some-
we're selling to somebody who would get the house ready for sale.
Yes.
So it changes our
Yep.
activity.
Yep, exactly. Okay, when do we want to have this meeting? Before or after Easter? Okay. We need to give 2 weeks notification for any official meeting. My proposal is, I hate to do Palm Sunday, but we could do Palm Sunday. I might be on jury duty the 15th, or the 18th. Palm Sunday, which is March 31 minus 7, 24th. March 24th, does that sound good for everybody? Before service?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Jesse, did you or Matt say to the congregation today what took place this morning?
Yep.
Mention it. Just
I will make an announcement of this information. Any other input?
I was gonna say, this has to be the Sunday that you call it for 2 Sundays.
That's 4 Sundays away.
We need to make the communication this week, right?
If you wanted it.
And we'll actually have some, not wiggle room, but we'll be generously given form of this. We have to give 2 Sundays notification in advance, basically, according to our constitution. Yeah. We'll get that done. The council meeting will be the week before. Okay, then, okay. The non-meeting is adjourned.